If you are new to our channel, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, hit that little bell notification thing. It really does help us out. Is there ever a good reason to censor people's opinions? Or does free speech trump everything? I always wonder if it's a little bit like we have to have speed limit laws, because there are people that think they're Nigel Mansell and can drive at 100 mile an hour and, you know, have and be absolutely fine. But unfortunately, we have to have laws against these morons, because not all of them are Nigel Mansell.
Well, that's why most laws come into place anyway. It's because some moron did something, and now they've got to legislate to try and stop another moron doing it. Generally, that's why laws are written. You know, if people just had common sense from back in the old days, you know, we wouldn't need all these laws. But
for me, that doesn't really track for why Facebook or YouTube are cracking down and deleting so many videos. I mean, there's a big thing about the recent David Icke video that's been took down, and the official reason by YouTube was that it's because he's a coronavirus denier. So what if he is? If he denies the existence, or he talks about this, somebody else will do another video debunking it and saying why it is and why he's wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. People should be educated well enough that if somebody is spouting absolute rubbish, nonsense, then they know better than to believe it.
Yeah, but that's not always the case, though, is it? Because
it's not.
Still all over Facebook, spouting everything he said and repeating it like it's gospel. And even when they're then presented with the information, they refuse to believe it.
People individually are intelligent, but as a group, they're quite dumb. And I think social media in times of crisis, probably that plays out quite a lot, doesn't it, on social media? People posting random pictures of the army supposedly ready to lock down London, you know, when it's not even in this country.
It's something completely different. There's lots of things about 5G towers being dragged down, and then one was saying, well, whoa, that's actually in China, and that's not a 5G tower, it's a camera tower. And it's in Hong Kong. Sorry, that's they're protesting the Hong Kong thing and dragging it out. And then somebody else is saying this is something to do with 5G and Corona. It's got nothing to do with it either.
I suppose there's a lot of people out there that just get joy and entertainment out of the fact that they're duping other people, or just getting people to argue with them.
And then lots of people share it because they don't know. They just hit the share button. It takes a second and go, share. That's interesting. And move on to the next. And then these things spread.
Exactly, and that's it. Nobody's checking the validity of the source, are they, of the information before they share it or repost it on social media. That's, I suppose, one of the downsides.
Another argument Facebook uses, isn't it, though, because they say, right, a lot of false information is being spread around, or false news is being spread around on our platform, and it makes us look bad, so we have to censor it.
Yeah.
But again, that would be okay. I was going to say that would be okay if it was a newspaper. But in that case, they're censoring their own reporters, aren't they? They're basically censoring their employees. In Facebook terms, we're the reporters,
Exactly. It doesn't really quite work like a newspaper, does it? It doesn't. It's not the same. It's very different, because Facebook shouldn't really have a particular stance on anything itself. It's really just a service in order for people to communicate through it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like trying to blame my phone company for a text I send. Do you know what I mean? They're not responsible. They just provide the text service. They don't actually they don't police what's written. Whereas a newspaper is responsible for what it puts.
Yeah, and the newspaper can have an agenda as well, can't it? It can be particularly biased to one political party, for example.
Oh, yeah. Well, quite a few of them are. The media censorship is ridiculous. The media, particularly in America, but I mean partly in Britain as well.
Well, just in the Western world. The whole Western world. Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. So when you keep diminishing the number of competitors in a market, and we keep going towards less and less single or a very few big players in a particular marketplace, you're very much opening up the system for corruption, bribery, etc. Because only a handful of men that control 90% of what we see on the television, on the news, or what we read in the newspapers. They can get around a table and they can decide to lie to us.
Well, it's a small number of people. You look at Rupert Murdoch, who is a strong Republican. So is it then shocking that the companies he owns are Republican and lean towards Republican Party ideals? Look at Fox News; they don't even try and hide the fact that they're biased. It's actually quite funny to watch Fox News a lot of the time because their stories are just like Democrats evil, Republicans are heroes. The end. Even when facts, don't worry about facts. How can we twist this fact to make it look like? But when news reports, when you almost have to flick between different channels and then try to piece together the information for yourself to try to figure out what is actually going on, that's not how news is supposed to work. They're not supposed to take a fact and look at the perspective they like.
No, but we're very much seeing the world going that way, aren't we? The universities across a lot of Europe and America are very left-wing socialist lines of thinking, and we're very much heading that way towards my opinion trumps your fact. And that's scary.
My opinion has validity. Not if it's wrong. Well, that's another point then. All right, on YouTube, on the Davey Icke video. Right? So, I don't believe it should be censored. I believe it should be debunked. It should be other people should make the argument.
Yep.
But do you have an argument for pulling that video if it is just factually wrong?
Well, I suppose no, because people are still entitled to believe, even if scientific fact is virtually proved incorrect. I mean, look at religion. It's been prevalent for our entire recorded known history, and it's still going today, even in the current modern era of science, when you can pretty much prove if there is a creator, it's probably outside the realms of our comprehension, our species comprehension, and therefore it's irrelevant, and he's not sat there in a cloud watching everything you do and making, and tweaking things, all the time. That he's probably, much grander plan than you're capable of even understanding.